let me see. That's dating requirements. Let me look up real quick. Bring to the table. All right, bring to the table. Let's see. Let's go through a few of these. I don't want to keep everyone on the internet all day. I know it's a Saturday and you guys have a life and things to do, rather than just listen to me go through all these and react to some of these videos. But I'm doing this now only because, like I said, it's my contribution to this whole internet society thing in 2025. And me being 44 years old, married, child, family, all that, being divorced, all of that, having a six-figure income, house, car, all of that. I'm on the other side of it. So there's just a lot of things that I'm trying to like at least put out there so um, people who are watching this can get a better like feeling about themselves. Maybe can go out there, maybe with a fresh vision or pair of eyes and try dating again. I myself want to contribute my channel to positive solutions as to how we can get back together and reconnect as a society in dating rather than all of us complaining that dating is trash and it's just full of all of these requirements that are unrealistic, expectations that are unrealistic, and get back to actually just having civilized conversations, getting to know each other as two people. So there's that. Let's see. Let's see what the first video on bring to the table. Let me see what this goes. Let's see what happens.
I think this idea of bringing to the table, it's not a fucking table. It's like, what are you bringing collectively? So this idea that the man is just, making a gazillion dollars and the woman just has to look pretty and provide that man with sex is enough, is ridiculous. The man needs to do more and the woman needs to do more. They need to, is it 50-50? Well, no, nothing's 50-50, but they both need to be bringing stuff to the team. I think this.
Yeah, I think I can rock with that. I can agree. Yeah, the table argument isn't really about the proverbial table as far, right? We're talking about negotiations in a relationship and the expectation that one may have over the other, and your negotiables and non-negotiables is when, excuse me, when you're knee deep in a relationship because your attraction sugars between both of you are fired so much to a degree where you know it's going to work, then the getting to know each other phase has to start, and you have to be willing to accept things that you didn't accept from other people and vice versa. So, I mean, depending on how comfortable or uncomfortable you are with that, is going to determine whether or not you're destined for a long-term relationship that can be something more or just calling it quits. Let's see. This is the third. Well, this one's a top like video, so let me do the second one.
All right, let's talk about what women should be bringing to the table, since a lot of you guys don't know how this works. When my needs are met and I feel safe and secure in my relationship, that allows my feminine energy to come out. When a man treats me correctly, he can expect to be treated like a king. If a man's making me feel valued, I will make sure that he feels valued as well.
For the most part, what she's talking about when it comes to reciprocation, I totally agree with. But the part that a lot of women do not see in this is that it's all about receiving first and then deciding to give. Let's face it, men are expected to give, and then maybe receive the bare minimum of any basic relationship, let alone an intimate one. We see this all the time where a woman's level of satisfaction within a relationship is dependent on how much her man is giving to her. But the problem with this is that the minute he falters, the minute he loses his job, the minute he's suffering from a mental health issue, she's done. She's gone. And she'll just say it's because she's just not happy. And in these cases, we all know that it's because it was all about what he was giving to her in the first place. It's why men end up feeling used. And it's why men want women that are bringing more to the table in the first place.
Okay, I can agree with the actual commentary in this one as well. I mean, what we're expected to bring to the table is everything that we've been able to acquire, whether it be a house, a car, high-paying job, or a stable job, stability, emotional intelligence, grace, strength, um, uh, protection, provision. All of these things, like we have to bring and show up with before we ask a woman out on a date. When we're asking what does a woman bring to the table, it's usually just herself, her good looks, her charm, her personality. It's very all of the things that men find attractive in women is what a man wants a woman to bring to the table, like softness, the ability to be submissive at some points, soft spoken, generous, kind, giving, nurturing, isn't rude, hostile, or combative, um, can speak her mind without being angry, or and can listen without taking offense or jumping to conclusions, and knowing when to step back and step away and reassess what was said or what is being said or communicated, rather than flying off the handle or crashing out. So yeah, I mean, we're very simplistic in what we're looking for, but what we're looking for is very specific, because men, I don't care what kind of man you are, you want your significant other to bring you peace and to bring you calm after fighting wars outside all day at the job or at the gym or what have you. So let's see here. Let's try this other video.
What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Babe, I am the table. There's no need to bring anything to the table when you are the table. Perfect personality, perfect face, perfect hair, humble personality at that. Will cook you anything you want, will clean anything you want, will give you anything you desire in this life. I have a plethora of lip balms in my bag at all times, so we can kiss at any time. You will never have dry lips around me. You will have everything to a perfect degree when I'm around. I will do anything for you. We can make Legos together. I am the perfect person that will bring everything to you. So that's what I mean when I say I am the table, because babe, I have it. Do you know what I mean? I have it. You just have to bring, relatively good looking face and an okay personality, and that's the dinner made. So that's exactly what I bring to the table. What do you bring to the table? What do you bring?
Now, I mean, I do like this video because unlike other videos, she's talking about what she can do for a man and what she brings to the table. But her wording of I am the table, completely wrong. It completely misses the mark. I mean, if she can leave out the term or scrub out the term I am the table and just document it and rattle off all of these things and values and skills that she has that can benefit a man, she is the perfect catch. She could just say she's the perfect catch because I do this for my man. That is what a man wants to hear when we're talking about what do you bring to the table talk. What can you do for me? Like you just rattled off a pretty good list of, what a man would be interested in. So I just wouldn't screw it up by saying I am the table. That's because that's really narcissistic, saying like it's all about you. Like the relationship, which is the table, is not about just you. It's about the both of you. You both have to want this. So this was a pretty good one. Out of all of the other videos, this was a really good one about what she brings to the table. I like that.
So I made the mistake of saying the phrase, what do you bring to the table, in regards to women who expect princess treatment and want their entire lives funded by a provider man. And if you had critical thinking skills, you would know that given the context, I didn't mean it in a red pill incel type of way. People are purposefully misconstruing my words and turning me into some kind of male apologist who has such low standards so that someone will pick me. Clearly, I meant it in a way like there should be mutual love and respect and effort on both sides. And that means a 50-50 relationship. Don't take it so literally. Like, it doesn't have to be 50-50 in literally everything, but it's like you get what you put in. If you wanted to be treated like a princess, you will probably have to give prince treatment as well. And to the women commenting that they want their entire lives funded for and want someone to provide for them, I'm assuming you might be a little younger, because if a man comes into your life and wants to provide for you on the get-go, he probably just wants to control you. I'm just such a realist and such a feminist. Like, I want to work for myself. I want to have money. I want to use that money to build our relationship and to build our home. And I want to have a voice that will be heard in that relationship. I know this isn't the case for everyone, but I almost feel like it's very objectifying to have everything paid for. I had a woman comment something like, if you're giving him access to your womb, then he should be paying for you. As if that's all I'm good for. Am I a womb to be bought? Anyway, to close out this whole what do you bring to the table debacle, I just mean you get what you put in. You know, mutual love, respect, effort. And princess treatment often goes hand in hand with prince treatment. So
I don't find anything wrong with what she just said. Like, there was like maybe I mean, she said she's a feminist and she believes, I mean, to be a feminist, last time I checked, is to be equal to men. And that would require a 50-50 relationship, meaning both people in the relationship have to be interested in making it work. So I understand what she's saying there. She's saying that um, uh, the table conversation needs to be about what she brings and what he brings, what they are bringing to each other. And that's a consistent negotiation of things that are always in flux, meaning you typically may have not bought flowers for your ex or any of your exes, but you buy flowers for this one because she makes you feel like she wants you, like she deserves flowers. So, I mean, and you may not be giving out back rubs to all of your exes that you once dated, but this one man who works very hard, you feel like he deserves a back rub. So there are things that you have to open up yourself to in dealing with multiple, like new relationships, especially if you expect them to be long term. Like, it's a consistent thing of doing for one another to show each other that you still appreciate and want to be together in a relationship if you wanted to go anywhere serious.
Men are always talking about what do women bring to the table, but what do you bring to the table? I went on a date with a guy last night who brought literally nothing to the table. He wasn't cute. He didn't have money. He wasn't that smart. He couldn't fix anything. He said he could barely take care of himself, didn't really know how to raise an animal. Just, he brought nothing to the table. He was so lackluster, but yet he expected a woman that brought like everything to the table. He said that he wanted a woman who works. He wanted a woman who is doing something with her life. Homeless guy came up to us and I felt like I was going to have to be the one to defend us. So not only do you not have money, or you're not cute, you don't bring anything to the table, but you also can't even like protect a woman, you know? It's just like, guys need to bring stuff to the table too.
Okay, so judging from her background, it looks like she's out on like a ranch somewhere. So kind of like a country type of thing. So I would say girls raised out in the farm know more about getting their hands dirty than city guys who don't have to, right? We pay for everything, the mechanic, the tow truck driver to change our tires. So we've been kind of on a concrete jungle, having to navigate making money and having to use our resources in order not to get our hands as dirty as we once did. While a farm girl or country girl is raising animals, getting her hands dirty, doing things day after day. That was taught mostly by her father, who manages that ranch. You typically don't see women running too many ranches, but that's beside the point. So when you're a country mouse and you're coming into the city and you want to start dating, when you're in a different environment full of city mouses, we perceive things differently, including masculinity. So she's thinking she wants an old school traditional provider man, and the city is going to be full of these men. When in actuality, in the city, we have to act accordingly, only because we don't want to lose the financial position that we've worked so hard to gain by being falsely accused of acting inappropriately given any social setting. So there's a lot of like modernization that men have had to do in order to become even that much more civilized and more cautious about the women they choose to talk to or even date, due to this like culture of being canceled and losing your job and your livelihood based off of talking to the wrong woman or dealing with the wrong woman. So men do bring plenty to the table, but the problem is they can lose that table and the house that table sits in and the car we use to deliver the table to the house. Let's try another one here.
There are 3 things you can tell about a man who asks what you bring to the table.
I've been seeing these types of videos a lot, and it seems that some women are not liking it when the tables have turned and men start asking the same questions that women have been asking them for years. So let's listen to what they have to say.
Number 1, he views relationships as transactional. Number 2, he has unmet needs. Number 3, he dehumanizes a partner.
Okay, so if we're really to think about what they just said, that means that any woman who also asks the same question of a man, of what they bring to the table, would also, in the spirit of equality, be guilty of being those same things, right? Or is it somehow different when a man asks it of a woman? I wonder.
Without knowing it, you might feel like you're in an interview.
Wait, that is exactly what a first date is, and dating in general, actually. It is an interview process in order to be able to determine whether 2 people are actually compatible to be in a long-term committed relationship with each other. And these difficult questions, such as what does the other person bring to the table in terms of the relationship, do need to be asked. Otherwise, it's just going to be a waste of each other's time.
There are 3 things you can tell.
Yeah, I agree with the commentary here. It is an interview process, and it's a consistent, modern dating, but it's a consistent process for people to find out if they're compatible and if it's going to become something serious. But the table conversation isn't supposed to be a combative insult as to size you up or anything. It's a mental exercise in talking about yourself. It's an opening line to talk about yourself. If you want to put yourself on a high horse or put yourself in a humble position, now's the time to do it with a table conversation, because what men are actually asking is, what are you willing to do for a man? And if I'm your man, what are my expectations of you? What is it that you're willing to bring to me? General principle, I'm not asking, this is just who you are. How do you move in a relationship? And these are the things that we need to know before making this kind of long-term commitment or investment into something or somebody, So yeah, I agree with the commentary here, but I like the video. I like these videos with some commentation in here because, maybe I don't have to speak as much about reacting to it. So let's try this one.
Let me tell you something. The difference between men and women is a man would never take care of a woman who doesn't benefit his life. But a woman would take care of a man who doesn't benefit her life or who actually is detrimental to her life. And by take care, if you're a woman, you know what I mean by taking care. It doesn't need to be financial. So a man will always want something from you. When he's courting you, he wants something from you. When he marries you, he wants something from you as a wife. Even after you break up, if he hits you with that, I miss you and I'm still in love with you, he wants something from you. It's not about you, it's about him. He's telling you about him. But women would take a man back just to take care of that man. This is just general observation in life. They would just be so self-sacrificing because for us, the need for validation, the attention of a man is so highly ingrained, like it's a program in our mind. And even if we saw our mothers or our grandmothers struggle and get nothing out of a marriage, there's still something in us that's being programmed to think that somehow taking care of a man is like achieving an ultimate prize. And I'm speaking as a happily married woman. I guess what I'm saying is this: when he asks you what you bring to the table, he already knows what you bring to the table, or he wouldn't be taking care of you, or he wouldn't even be taking you out for that matter. Let me tell you something that.
Okay, so like I said, the table conversation is not like an insulting attack on you trying to establish your value or worth. It's just a conversation as to what am I getting, what am I supposed to be receiving from this relationship, because I already know what I'm going to be bringing and giving to you as a man giving to a woman. Like our expectations, like for most men, our role is pretty clear. It's never really changed from protection and provision and some kind of financial stability. It's always been within that context. What is new is that women no longer want to be held to their gender stereotypes or roles. So then the questions have to be asked, like what are you bringing? And there are women who find it insulting to ask a question that you would ask any grown adult, or any grown adult applying for a job would be expected to answer. You're not, if your boss, or if your potential boss for your job interview asks what you bring to the table or what you bring to the team or the company, you're not going to be offended and scoff and walk off and say, and then turn the tables and be like, well, what do you bring? Like none of that actually happens during a job interview or when you're trying to get hired on somewhere. Being in a relationship has to be the job that you want to apply for. So therefore, you need to put your best foot forward. And an attitude is an antithesis of that. An attitude tells us you really don't care, you're not interested, and you are wasting time. I mean, you're here for the free dinner and drinks, but other than that, you don't want to answer any serious questions. So how can I take anything about you seriously? At least that's what I'm getting from this video.
What do I bring to the table, you ask? Men should probably never ask me that question because I have answers. Statistically, men earn 26% more when they're married versus when they're single. Did you know that? And it's not because their woman is doing cartwheels for him. It's because truly a good woman brings peace, structure, and emotional stability. And what does that do? It lets the man focus, lead, ascend. So what do I bring to the table? Dude, I bring the environment where you become your best self. So you're welcome. And if he can't recognize that, then he's not a table. He's like a folding chair.
Okay, at least in this answer, she's talking about what a woman can bring to the table. She could have left it as, hey, this is what I bring, or this is what women should be bringing to the table, and it would have been a perfectly legitimate video. But when it got personal and, calling men a folding chair or something like, yeah, I mean, there's like that little tidbit of comment that just could have left that off, that little ad hominem, whatever. It would have been a really good video that I could rock with, but I mean, it's just these ad hominem attacks, like, oh, he's just not holding. Like, we don't need all that. It's just, if you can bring something of value to a man's life, why not just make a video saying that and leaving it and just mic dropping right there? But it is what it is. But anyway, as I'm scrolling through here, I'm looking at a couple of things. I probably need to do a review of some of these videos so I can not waste your time going through here by here and then whatever. But I've been on for about 2 hours, 30 minutes, and I don't want to take up everyone's Saturday. But it's been real good, these reviewing these TikTok videos and just kind of reacting to them. This is my first time really doing anything like this. So I hope I've been at least moderately entertaining somewhat. I really enjoyed these videos. I really enjoyed reacting to them with you guys and getting my 2 cents on it. I hope I wasn't too, I hope if you're looking at this and you're commenting, I wasn't too, like, I guess, one way judgmental or something like that. Because like I said, I don't know any of these people, and I don't have anything against them. It's just the argument. The argument may be wrong. I mean, or maybe something I disagree with. Not the person. I mean, a person's opinion can change, from day to day, but it's the opinion that I'm after, not really the person. I mean, I'm pretty sure every single person on TikTok that's complained about men not approaching and dating requirements, I'm pretty sure they're in relationships right now or in some kind of situation where they're being vetted or someone's talking to them or someone's actually approached them or someone's actually in the mix and the sausage is being made. But videos last forever, right? I mean, these videos could have been made like months ago, who knows? But their situation, I'm sure, probably may have changed drastically by the time I've actually gotten a hold of some of these videos. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on today and go over dating, modern dating, 2020.